when you look back in hindsight, everything is 2020. In hindsight, we make mistakes, we're learning from it. In hindsight, yesterday and your tomorrow. In hindsight, it's so much clearer now.
Welcome to Hindsight the Podcast. I'm Lee Jones, your host. Thanks for tuning in. This is the show where amazing guests get real, sharing the highs, the lows, and the lessons that shape their journeys. Along the way, they'll drop tips and strategies to help you level up in life and in your career. So grab your coffee and your notebook, and let's rewind, reflect, and find the wisdom in the journey. Now, what if the key to unlocking your success lies in understanding the deeper connection between intimacy and achievement? Today, we're diving into this fascinating topic with Natalia Kobylkina. Just pronounce it. Kobylkina, a world-renowned sexologist and relationship expert who has empowered millions to transform their lives through her bold, unconventional approach to intimacy. Natalia's expertise as an NLP master, a life coach, and author of 8 best-selling books makes her the perfect guest to explore how embracing intimacy can lead to greater success. All right, I got it out of all the tongue bumbling and all that stuff. Good day. I want to say good morning because it's a morning here, but where are you calling in from?
I live in London and I work in London. But
Yeah, so
last year I traveled 53 countries and it's I'm all time and traveling. I make seminars so many places in the world, but at the moment I live in London in my house.
50, you said in 1 year?
No, from my life, but per year,
Still.
around 10 countries. Yes, I just come back from Seychelles. Now I go to Dubai, I go to Europe. All time I travel a lot. Before to have my son, I have a son 5 years old. Before to have him, 3 weeks per month, I was in different countries with seminars.
Wow. That's awesome. I do too. I haven't done 53 countries, but I do love traveling. So do you mind before we get into it? This is Hindsight the Podcast. And I do want me and all the listeners to get to know you a little better. But do you mind just sharing a little bit about who you are and how you came to be this globally recognized expert in intimacy and relationships?
Yeah. So I grew up in a family of doctors. My mother, grandmother, my sisters, everybody doctors. Mm-hmm. And in my family was 2 professions, or to be doctors or to be engineering, like my father, grandfather, and everybody. I was told first in 3rd generation, then I told I want to be psychologist. I want to help people to use their potential and to grow up. And my family was saying, it's not opposite. How you successful? My father told me, you will always to stay on my shoulders. Psychologists don't make money. What I will do with you? And when I make my first million in 30, my father said, how it's possible? Psychologists can make millions? I didn't know that it's possible. And I noticed then doesn't matter which profession you do, depends to make correct actions. And if you do it, you can have everything. And kids and love and millions and travelings and free time. But you need to make correct actions. And I make my first business when I was 18. Last year, I have several awards like the best psychologist in Balkanic country. Forbes make articles about me when my 28, one of the most successful coach in Balkanic country. I was in a lot of English media. And all my life, I work with people. I work a lot with celebrity people, with famous actors, footballist players who have depression and come to me after some operation, surgery. And I help them again to come back in the game. Yeah. I make a lot of charity from schools. I work with kids. Usually my working day, and yesterday I make one seminar about how to be successful. And they asked me, tell us how to be successful. I say, guys, you work a lot. In more than 10 years, I work every day from 8 o'clock until 11 o'clock every day. Without Saturday, Sunday, have 3 free weekends per year. Christmas, Easter, and New Year. All other weekends I make seminars, traveling, clients, coaching, corporate events, all time. And you cannot be successful. Today, a lot of people say, I want just to stay in my sofa, to dream, to meditate, and to be successful. No, guys, sorry. you work very hard. You know that it's
Yeah.
not something just came to you. You need to know your target. You need to, maybe if I can to make like conclusions, three important things: to love yourself and to know
Mm-hmm.
who you are, what is your mission, what is your qualities, what is your strong or your weak qualities,
Mm-hmm.
to love people, to love clients, to know
Mm-hmm.
for who you do everything what you do, because you never work for money, you always work for people, and when you work
Mm-hmm.
for people, people pay you money. And
Mm-hmm.
to love what you're doing, to love your job, to love your service, and always to be open for new opportunities. If you
Yeah.
know how to be successful, yesterday one client invited me for lunch and offered me to do totally different business, not connect with what I am doing. And
Mm-hmm.
I say, yes, I want to be partnership in this business, because skills to make business for me doesn't matter. I make psychology, I make real estate, some business, I make now something digital business. The principles of success is the same.
Mm. I got it. So you gave me a lot of things. I want to specifically ask you, what's your definition of success?
For me, success when you live from your standards. For example, for me, very principle important to have free time with my family. I like to
Mm-hmm.
spend a lot of time with my son. Today we wake up, we go to museums. We spent 4 hours in the art museums, and he was so happy. And now I make podcast with you, and after I go to see cinema with my friends, my son
Okay.
with babysitter. And this balance for me to have time from myself, my son, my friend, my personal life, my traveling, my business, and I make many businesses, many steps. Now we open big office in Dubai. All
Mm-hmm.
time I do something, and for me, success is when you have free time. For me, not success if people only work and don't have anything more. And
Mm.
40, 41 already there, die, sick, not health.
Yeah.
For me, success if you keep balance between the work, balance between your family, your friends,
Right.
your free time, your holidays, and then you're successful. Because
Yeah.
sometimes I make sessions with some businessmen who come to me after burnout, and they told me, I work so hard, it's
Yeah.
very difficult even find time for myself to come to session to you. And even during the session, all time he's on phone. I said, stop phone.
Mm.
You come per session to me to make you therapy, and again you stay on your phone. But I cannot stop it. I say, then go, you're not for
Yeah.
me. You will die soon. You will have a
Mm.
heart attack, and that's all. It will finish your life.
Yeah.
And I'm a very good businessman. No, you're not. You're not. If you don't have holidays, if all the time you work, you're not a good businessman. I passed 0 burnouts, and I know what is it. I not was a good businessman when I start. I
Mm-hmm.
study in process. I study through my mistakes, and now I know then to be success. It's mean to have time for yourself. It's
Yeah.
not all time only work.
That is important. You always, well, you don't always hear about it, but you frequently, or maybe you occasionally have heard people say what you don't hear from someone who is on their deathbed is how they wish they could have worked more, right? They wish they could have spent more time with family or friends or made memories or things like that, right? That's the important part on the deathbed. So that kind of goes to your point. And I definitely appreciate success equaling balance. Being able to go out, do what it is that you're doing, have fun doing that as well, and then also having the opportunity to have the vacations and spend time and going to the movies in the theater, with family. That's a very good answer for success. Someone asked me that question. Hey, what's your
Okay.
definition of success? And I was like, oh, I don't know, right? I just do, and so I try to find other people's perspective. And I like your answer. I've never heard the balance answer. That's a very good answer. So I appreciate that. You're helping me out.
Maybe it helped me when I began to be, because I make my book, my last book, have 10 books. The last book,
Mm-hmm.
it was about success in business, navigate your
Yeah.
success. Because I'm a woman. Women, we make totally different way of business. Because for men, it's normally he work. Woman take care about house, about kids, about home. He come back and he say, I'm tired. He lay down,
Mm-hmm.
and that's all. To make business for a woman and to continue to be a woman, it's a big challenge,
Mm.
because society don't tell you, okay, just work and your husband, you stay home to cook, take care about kids. No, They expect you make a business, and also you must be a woman and mother and wife and lover and everything in the complex. And what
Yeah.
I notice, if I don't trust, if I don't delegate, I cannot. A lot of people don't delegate.
Mm-hmm.
They
Mm-hmm.
try to do all by themselves. And
Yeah.
when business ladies come to me for sessions, say, cannot, I'm burnt out, I'm tired, I can't find a partner. I say, what you can delegate. And I have one very important principle in my life.
Mm-hmm.
I do only things which I really want to do. For example, I can make digital social media and I have millions of followers, but I don't do it for myself. I hire a
Mm-hmm.
team who do it. I
Yeah.
make sessions, but I have so many clients, I cannot accept everybody. And I create a school of coaching. I teach people how to make sessions. And I have
Mm-hmm.
now 25 coaches, which speak several languages, which put a lot of personal session I delegate to them. I
Yeah.
make a lot of programs. I have 500 programs online, which I do in 3 languages. But again, I cannot do everything. And
Yeah.
I find the teachers, I teach them to my system. We have CPD certificate, English UK certificate of quality from government and my system. And I certificate people and people start to work through my system. And
Mm-hmm.
all this give me time because I'm owner of this business, but I delegate a lot and it's win-win because people
Yeah.
very happy then I teach them and after I give them job and they can immediately go into work. I have a lot of clients which I cannot take. Their price smaller and less than mine and clients very
Mm-hmm.
happy that can take good specialist from better price than my price.
Mm-hmm.
I am happy because I can delegate and can people to do some stuff what I don't want.
Yeah.
And I left myself to do only things which I really want. It's mostly mentoring programs, it's some nice retreats, some nice seminars, but not everything. A lot of
Yeah.
stuff I delegate.
That's a good message because that's one of the harder things if you're looking at entrepreneurs specifically is delegating, right? Because you typically come into it with an idea and you know how to do this thing, but once you get into the business aspect, there's a lot of things maybe that you didn't know that you were going to be doing. And now you got to figure those things out and you work through it and it becomes a task instead of, your dream thing to do. Um, Having a good team around you, and that can be in business, that can be in life, is so important. And especially in business, being able to trust them enough to delegate. And that trust goes both ways because they're going to be like, oh, wow, she's trusting me with this thing that she could do. You know what I mean? And it's
Mm.
to your point, it's a win-win. So delegating, I was in the military for 20 years. So that was one of the things that we are taught to do. Don't run and try to do everything. Delegate. You have a team. You have people that can do these things. And I think that is a strong message. And I keep saying delegate, delegate, right? Following off of you, that's a
Mm.
lesson that people need to learn. They need to
But
understand that. But
very often people, when I told them this, they have two
mm-hmm,
problems. First, they say, I don't have money to delegate. I would like to have a team, but I don't have money.
okay,
Second, I make it better. Even small elements. For example, I see how long time you spend to clean your house.
mm-hmm,
And it's every day 2 3 hours. I say, can you? My first delegation was cleaning woman. I have cleaning woman since I'm 20. So
okay,
first I delegate cleaning, and a lot of ladies told me, yes, but I clean better than cleaning woman. I said, sure, but it's when
mm,
you want all time to clean and make it better, or you would
mm-hmm,
like to say, okay, it's not make so perfectly how I do, but I have my time. And I can
mm,
to use time to write my book, to make my business, to meet with clients. You need to understand that your hours it's more expensive. You pay for
yeah,
your cleaning woman no $20. Your
mm-hmm,
hours cost $300. It's not a
yeah,
good investment to spend these hours to clean. And second question, I don't have money. When I start my business, I have zero investment. I have just idea, and I
mm-hmm,
very looking for my assistant, but I have $200-300 to pay her. And I
mm-hmm,
start to make seminars and I ask my clients who would like to work with me. At the moment, I almost cannot pay you salary, but I will study you free. You can come all my programs free. I will develop you. You will help me, and slowly, slowly, when we develop, I can give you some minimum of money, and you will grow up.
mm-hmm,
And I will give you percentage of profit also. And
yeah,
if you believe in my idea, you will come. And one lady, she say, I very believe on you, and I want to start to work with you. I have husband who help me, and I am ready to work 2-3 months just to help you because I believe on your idea. And she started to work with me, and she is me already 20 years. And after
I
2-3
like
months,
it.
she started to take very good salary. After she take very big bonuses, and grew up financial, of course, with me. But
Mm-hmm.
she trusts on me. I always choose people who trust on me, who
Mm-hmm.
likes my idea. Mostly of them before was my clients, because if people don't trust in your business, you cannot delegate to them. They must to
Yeah.
love you, and they
Yeah.
must to trust you. To say, yes,
Yeah.
I believe on this person. I am ready. Because if you believe all together in something, it's help us. If you
Mm-hmm.
hire somebody who don't believe in you, it will go opposite. Like you, like a boat go in one direction, and this person try to play and to make to be your every person to be bad
Mm-hmm.
with you, and you will suffer with him. Always choose somebody who really likes you.
I like it. I like it. So, what made you choose? Was it sexologist? What made you choose that field?
Uh, it was good marketing. I have two education like clinical medical psychology, family therapist,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
business coaching, business psychology. When I started to work, my first work, my first business was human resources. I was the youngest a human resources manager in Cosmopolitan, Men's Health, Time Out, Top Gear, the biggest published house in the world in magazines.
Mm-hmm.
And I was 21 when I managed
Wow.
this company. And I was very, very successful in this. After I started to make corporate seminars, and 22, 23, I make seminars about corporate strategical business for bankers. And it was
Mm-hmm.
funny because I came to bank, I'm 23, and I
Mm-hmm.
make a 9 days seminar for how to manage bank. And guys was 45, 50, and they say, girls, what you're doing? But in the end, I was very happy and offered me next proposal for make more seminars. But
Okay.
I noticed when a lot of women in business, in corporate world especially, even if you are very successful, but you don't have personal life, you don't have men, you don't have kids, you are very unhappy.
Mm-hmm.
And then I told I want to do something different. I want to help women to be successful in love, to be
Mm-hmm.
mothers, to be wives, to understand men, even if you're successful. And I decided to open my company exactly to be sexologist, because a lot of stuff come from sexologist. And sexologist
Mm-hmm.
was very, very provocate name, because a lot of corporate coaches exist, a lot of clinical psychologists exist, but sexologist you cannot find.
Yeah.
And it attract a lot of attention of media business. They offer me to go to television to make my TV show. They start in Bulgaria to make movie about me. It's developed a lot, and it
Mm-hmm.
was very brave and crazy because nobody knows speak about sex, and
Yeah.
I speak in prime time in the first channel. It's like
Yeah.
to speak BBC in prime time. Everybody in country knows me. I go out on street and they stop. Oh, I have problem with my sexual life. Can you help me? My girl
Yeah.
doesn't want to do with me. And need to be very strong when you become
Mm-hmm.
to be very famous in 22, 23.
Yeah.
Because I become to be famous like fire immediately.
Yeah.
And it was very strategical, correct decision,
Okay.
because you need to make shock content. You need to shock people to notice you. If you
Mm-hmm.
do the same things which do everybody, you will never have success. You take
Mm-hmm.
a risk. You take a risk. A lot of people will hate you, will judge you, will say who you are, why you do
Mm-hmm.
it. Yesterday I make one video about sexology, and has for one day has 1 million views, 1,100,000 views per one day, one video. Was a video about if men ask you with how many men you slept, you need to
Mm-hmm.
tell that you're number three. And I explain why. And video became to be viral, 1,100,000 views for one day. And of course, a lot of people hate, give opinions, something.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I used not react on this. I use that people always speak something. You need to be very strong inside yourself as personality to be seen, to
Mm-hmm.
be little bit sometimes opposite, to give very provocate shock
Mm-hmm.
content, which provocate people, because otherwise, if you have conflicts, if you're weak, people will destroy you. And you start to cry and say, oh, they say that they don't like me or something they say
Yeah.
bad about me.
Yeah.
In our business, in media business, you must be strong. Otherwise, you don't have a way to be successful.
All right, I'm gonna ask you a specific question. Since now we know why you did it and you're good at it. Tel Aviv television show. So, and this can go for men or women. I think you may hear it or do it or speak to it more regularly with women. But how can embracing healthy intimacy improve other areas of life, such as career and personal growth?
Last statistic, world statistic, then today people make sex less than 20, 30 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And it's strange because if you see, now it's everything open. When I was a child, nobody speak
Yeah.
about this. All was closed.
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
exist. Now you open YouTube, you can find everything what do you want. And
Mm.
doesn't matter of this, people not make sex. It's stop. Don't have so much intimacy life. And
Yeah.
especially in London, I don't know how it's in America, but in London, a lot of single people. And
Mm.
a lot of people prefer to stay home because men say, oh, women today very demanding. Women wants men to pay bills, to take care about her, to give her say to make her to feel safe, to be monogamic, to give her exclusivity, to tell her how beautiful she is. Like
Mm-hmm.
men must to do 1 million things to be close to woman.
Okay.
Woman today complain that men doesn't do anything for her. A lot of my clients came to me say I cannot find Mr. Right. Men today they doesn't want to make effort to be with me. He just call me and say come to my home.
Mm-hmm.
Not flowers, not communication, not dinners, nothing. And women feel very offensive in this
Okay.
situation. And a lot of both of genders today fight a lot because before it was more easier.
Mm-hmm.
Your society also give you some time, also statistic which I check. Then before people work mostly of time, people met before married from family
Mm-hmm.
know each other. You have time, you respect family, and you never go immediately to have intimacy life. You respect mother or father of each other, and slowly you create family system from one family
Yeah.
to another family. Or
Mm-hmm.
people meet on the work. Again, you have time to know each other. Today, 67% in American people, they met and date through online.
Mm-hmm.
And online, you just swipe, and always you think then you can find somebody better.
Yeah.
Even if you find good partner, you say, but
Yeah.
maybe you can find better. Maybe she can be more younger, more beautiful. Maybe he
Yeah.
can be more successful, more smart. And people never stop. Even if they start date, mostly of people, 90% of people never stop date up.
Mm.
And all
Wow.
this don't give people to marry it because a lot of people today have new term in my area, situationship.
Yeah. Yeah.
Situationship very common today. When you are not in a relationship, you meet, you have intimacy life, you speak, and after everybody live your life.
Yeah.
And second tendency today, what happened is a lot of ladies 40, 45, they go with youngest men. So
Mm-hmm.
common. So common because a woman today, it's one very interesting statistic from Forbes magazine. I don't know if you saw these articles. I usually check a lot of statistic articles. It's part of my job. And
Uh-huh.
Forbes magazine, it's before 1 2 months, make fantastic articles about explanation about this. They told
Mm-hmm.
that before a woman not was successful in business. Before a lot of women married because she need money. She need a status, she need protection. She stay home with kids. Usually she have a lot of kids.
Yeah.
Men take care about money. She take care about kids. And women couldn't before to have education, couldn't work the same work like a man,
Yeah.
not receive the same money, all the stuff. Today when it's changed and a woman today independent financial, she asks, why I need to stay with old guy? Why I need to make compromise with myself? I want to
Yeah.
be with young guy. I want to feel myself good. I don't want to cook. I don't want to make compromise. I can be very happy to myself.
Yeah.
And if I need to bring men in my life to destroy my life, I prefer to be alone. 90% of women today
Wow.
say this. In America, London, especially about big cities.
Okay.
Because I work a lot with American clients. Almost every my client is type.
Yeah. I
And
tell
not
you what. Go ahead. Go ahead.
yeah. And also for this reason, a lot of my clients don't have kids. Because they want to find Mr. Right, man which she totally feels secure, in love, in romantic, and she say cannot. Men today don't want to marry, then don't want exclusivity, don't want to take care, and I don't feel that I want to have a babies with somebody. And a lot of women today decide to be without babies. Our population, especially educated population, women who are educated, who are strong, who are smart, 90% of them without kids.
Yeah. Now,
Actually.
I tell you what, these statistics that you're throwing are damning. And I want to know right now, what are the men doing right? I hear a lot of things the women saying that men are doing wrong. They want to find Mr. Right. They want guys that's going to pay bills and do all this other stuff, right? Aren't there guys doing these things?
For men today, not easy. Today, not
Not
easy to do
easy.
that. Because
Yeah.
really, I'm very agree, women very demanding, very demanding.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
We expect everything. And men today need to be so superman. And a lot of men grew up without fathers. And when men grow up without father, only with mother, automatically he cannot be 100% man. He
Mm,
will very female man. And he will
mm,
look in the same role model. He will looking from strong, independent woman,
yeah.
which can be big, strong, and he will very happy if she were more successful than him. He will very happy to cook, to clean. Roles today change a lot. Yesterday I make a dating party. I organize in London dating party one time per month, and yesterday I did it here. And one I make different games, and I met people together. And one guy met with one lady, and I say, you need to tell her some compliment. Speak please several minutes and tell what you like in her. And one guy say, I like that she's successful, she's ambitious, she has her money, she has her house, she's a very beautiful lady. And I told him, you didn't see that she has beautiful legs, she's very feminine, she's vulnerable, she's 27, she's young, she has beautiful hair. You only focus on her that she work in bank, she's successful. He said, for me it's the most important that she's successful because
Mm,
she's independent and we can make family.
mm,
I want to be with independent woman. I don't want to be somebody depend on me. And he was a very good looking guy. And lady said, no, 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 I don't like him. I don't like that behavior. I don't like that he chose me because I'm successful. And I saw it's new generation because both of them, they was around 27, 30. They say, wow,
yeah.
today men choose when a woman successful. And the first question when I receive in London, when you go there,
Uh-huh.
where you live, because depend of which area you live, depend what is your social status, what are you working, and if your work not so prestige and you live not so good area, even don't ask your name. Say, oh, okay, great, go away.
Good
Today, social
gracious.
status important for both. And a lot of men wrote me, can you find me successful rich woman? I very like independent women. I don't want to solve your problems. I'm okay to help with home, to stay with baby. So big changes.
So, do you believe some of these changes are, I mean, a part of the natural? It's not natural. Like, there's a women's empowerment movement that's going on now. So, you see a lot of more independent women than compared to years ago, decades or, generations ago. They're making more money. They're out there doing that thing. And then also, it could also be a trick question. If you say, hey, Lee, what do you think about Natalia? Oh, well, she's beautiful. She has nice legs, to your point earlier.
Mhm.
And you'd be like, but I'm so much more than that. I'm successful. You feel me? So it's
Mhm,
almost like a
mhm, mhm,
catch. Like guys at times have to walk on eggshells trying to determine what is the
mhm.
right thing to say during I guess it's not really a transition, but this empowerment movement. What do you think to that?
It depends on what you are looking for. If
Yeah.
woman looking female, for example, if woman very successful, work a lot, she doesn't
Mm-hmm.
need successful men. She need men who will take care about kids, about home, about her.
That's a
I
good
have
point.
a lot of clients who has, for example, building company, successful company, and she
Yeah.
work a lot. And she say, and they have 3 kids with her husband, and she say, I come back home clean, kids eat, my husband cook for them. He likes to stay home. He enjoy it. I enjoy it, my kids protection. He make with them homework. I love my
Mm-hmm.
job. For me, my money, it's our money. We are family, and both we are happy. But then it's question if man okay with this, if he okay also to put his ego down and to
Mm-hmm.
tell I like my woman that she's successful, I would like to serve her, to
Yeah.
cook for her, to clean, to be careful about kids, to make her massage of her legs when she come back after work. And if they can respect each other like this, it can be very happy family. But most of cases, men feel bad about this. He start to jealous. And he
Yeah.
said,
I agree.
you're more
Yeah.
successful than me. You make more money than me. You have bigger apartment than me. You travel there. You do this. Oh, no, no, no. And they start to put her down, for example, to cheat her very often. And to cheat with some waiter. You know how many successful women come to me? She's, for example, a director of bank. And she told me, can you imagine he cheat me? His level, my level here, his level here. And he cheat me with some waiter.
Mm.
She's not so beautiful, fat, and he go with her. Why? I say,
Yeah.
because with her, he feel himself like a god.
He's
With
dominant.
you,
Yeah.
he always feel that he's down. For men, it's very
Mm-hmm.
difficult to accept it.
Mm.
If accept it work, if woman prefer man who's more successful than her, then she must and will like her like beautiful body. She
Mm-hmm.
usually need to give back. She need to put him priority and to
Yeah.
say, okay, you're my husband, you're number one, and I give back in my career. I can stay more home. I can take care about you, because if both very hard working, it's not work. Usually they
Yeah.
don't have kids. I
Yeah.
have a lot of couples who come to me try to be pregnant. Soon I work again with one very successful couple. Both are as big businesses, travel a lot, and they try to make kids already 10 years. I say,
Yeah.
guys, one of both, we travel 20 days per month.
Mm-hmm.
Who will take care about kids? And we will take babysitter. Sorry,
Mm.
but kids need attention. You cannot just take babysitter and to born and to throw the kiddo.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kiddo need love, need support, need family. And for
Mm-hmm.
this reason, God don't give you kiddo because you don't have energy, you don't have time, you don't have schedule for your
Yeah.
child.
Mm. Alrighty. You mentioned the word earlier, respect in a relationship, because I was reading this book. I can't remember what the name of it is right now. Too many of them lately, but they were talking about how you're not the person that you were years ago or even yesterday. Mentally, physically, actually, you're not the same person. So you get into this relationship. At one point, the guy wants to be submissive. That's probably not the right word, but they want to be the person that stays at home. And then the wife wants to be the leader, or she is the leader, right, of the household. But then there's a little bit of resentment because, well, you don't seem to want to do anything. Like, do you see those type of things? Like, is there a lack of respect? Are the people changing um, as the relationship goes along? Like, what do you think about those type of dynamics where there's a leader, there's a
Yeah,
I hate
yeah,
to use
yeah,
these
yeah.
words. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Exactly. Lack of respect, very common topic general for women, because a lot
Mm-hmm.
of women grew up in family without father,
Mm-hmm.
or father who was drinking, doesn't work, was bad with mother, violence with mother, and she told herself, better I to be alone, better me to be independent. A woman never become to be leader and never become to be independent if she didn't have very painful background.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of topic which I make a lot of research in my life. If you take most of successful women, I make it research. If you take Coco Chanel, Edith Piaf, Oprah Winfrey,
Mm-hmm.
all the big legend stars, all of them, they have very, very, very difficult childhood.
Yeah.
There was rape, there
Yeah.
was beaten, They live, a lot of them very poor. They live on the street. Some of them was prostitute. So all women suffer a lot. And when they suffer, they decide, I don't want to be dependent on men. And it's the story of Coco Chanel. She never wanted to be like this, but she grew up without father. He left her when she was 5, and she grew up in the restaurants alone. And she must be strong. She don't have choice. Women always go in business because she must, or because her husband cannot make money. My first marriage, I was married 11 years, my first husband. And when we start our relationship, I always was housewife. I make psychology, but it was my hobby. He said me, you can even lost money when you make business, enjoy your life. He was very successful. He take care about me. And one moment, I felt like I want more. And he has problem in his business, and he was in depression. And then I saw I must be strong. Because 1 year he stayed on PlayStation, and he said, don't know what to do. My business not successful. I'm very tired. I don't know what to do. And before, I was 5-6 years married already with him, and always he take care about me financial. He buy me cars, travel, everything. He was take care about me. And I never have idea to be successful woman, but never ever. I wanted to have several kids and to stay home and to work like psychologist, like a hobby. And when he was depression 1 year, and I said, we don't have what to eat. And I said, do you want to do something, to move something? He said, I cannot, I feel bad.
Yeah.
And I see, I must make a business. I didn't have choice. A woman always go in this direction when they don't have choice. Or they have a kids, and you must take care about kids. You don't have choice. I don't know even one woman, I know a lot about this topic, which I don't know what to do. I feel bored. Okay, let's make my business. No, it doesn't work like this. It has some pain. It has some needs which provocate you to work and to do your business.
Yeah.
All of women, we go through pain in business. All of women. Men usually go in business through ego. Men want to be number one, to be the most stronger, the most bigger, to approve his father that he is good, to approve his mother that he is good. It's a lot of men make it like improvement. He wants to be number one. He wants to show everybody that he's a big boss. He very like control business. He like to have big car, to go away, to show himself. Women come from different place. Women come from pain. And one moment when she pass, it's even sometimes a way to heal yourself. And you decide to grow up, and you say, when I become to be independent, and when you start to make your first money, you say, wow, I have a lot of cars, like gifts from my husband, after another husband. But when I bought my new car alone from my money, which I earned, I said, it's also very, very big pleasure. That I don't need to ask, I can make it independent. Or when I go so many holidays in my life, which might always take care of financial cover. And one moment I make my first Bali retreat alone from my money, from my work, and I say, I can do all what I want, because when men pay, who order music. When men pay, of course, you need to ask what time you want to wake up, when you want to go to eat. You are around him. Your need must be very nice. You cannot he to pay and you do all what you want. You're always very respectful, because when somebody pay, you respect this person who pay.
Wow.
It's different models.
Yeah. That's an interesting dynamic. Because you're educating me, so it's always good to talk to someone who's definitely educated and definitely from a different, from the opposite sex. Because there's some things that just get missed, right? Because we're just looking at things from different perspectives. You have societal types of norms, right? And then you just fall into those norms. Obviously, people are outliers and they go against these things, but you fall into these norms and you don't really consider the other side and what they're mentally going through or mentally chasing or, just accepting. So definitely appreciate that perspective. But what are some common misconceptions then that people have about a connection between sex and success?
Usually successful people, they're more sexual attraction, and men and women. When you see
Sexually attractive Or attracted.
Actually attractive, yeah. For
Okay.
example, if you see some men who come with expensive car, expensive watch, expensive clothes, and he's very self-confident. He goes to a
Yeah.
good restaurant. He chooses the best table. He orders without to see prices. It's already exciting. Woman always like see this is I like him. I want him, even if he's very short, even if he's not beautiful, even if he overweight.
Yeah.
Yeah, success make you so sexual attractive. If you put one very beautiful man, one no, 2 meters, 6 packs, but poor without money, no waiter, for example,
Yeah.
and one
Yeah.
successful guy who is owner of bank, and even he's short and he's old, and you put one woman, 99% woman will choose this guy. Even he's old, even he's short, even he's with belly, but because he's rich, he's successful. And
Yeah.
it's it's attractive. I
Yeah.
can tell that it's also attractive when woman successful. It's also attractive. All
Yeah.
of us we like to touch success because if we are close to successful people, we feel like it's our mirror neurons. Like it's touched to me. Like I also become to be around successful people more successful. It's like
Yeah.
also we call it irradiation of the beauty. Why old and not beautiful men choose usually very beautiful young ladies? Because when you go with beautiful young lady, you feel yourself more beautiful and more young,
Yeah.
and people respect you more. If you go to some restaurant, for example, you're 60 and with you one lady 25, you say, he must be very rich, this lady to come with him.
That's it. He must be rich.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because otherwise, why
Yeah.
should you go? You know what is the problem?
What?
Today, I meet a lot of men, which, for example, 50, 55, and look like 50, 55. Not have
Yeah.
money, but they
Yeah.
want to have lady 20. And I ask, sorry, what you offer her? Why is the one friend of mine called me, he is 50. He drink a lot of party, and he look like 55. And he said, do you have somebody free girlfriend for me? I'm looking some girl. I said, what you offer? What is your budget? Say,
Yeah.
what do you
Yeah.
mean, but say what you offer? What you want? I want 125, very beautiful, nice body, fresh. I say, what you? I have many friends. I have many clients. What I need to tell her? What you offer? You live with two friends, one small apartment. You share some roommates. You even don't have where invite her. Why she need to go? You don't offer dinners, restaurants. You're not so interesting and speaking. You
Yeah.
look old. Why one lady 20, 25 must to come with you? Why? And he told, because you need to love me. For what? And for me, it's always very surprising when I listen to this, because in his head, he's
Wow.
already 50. He believes he's very handsome. He believes he's 30. I don't know why. He believes that woman must to love him as he is.
Yes, he is. Yeah.
But it hasn't worked. A lot of men, single men. He is single. He was never married, never kids. I have now around 10 minutes to 10 men, which I know in London, the same type, the same problem. All of them there. If man after 40 single, never was married, never kids, it's problematic man. Most of time he is very egocentric. He don't offer anything, but he want to receive everything. He wants some young, beautiful lady to be around him without to give any effort. A lot of men. I don't know how they think, but it's very, very common. And it
Wow.
doesn't work. It's working, to be honest, to be fair, it works
Uh-huh.
in the both sides. Women also the same. Women
Yeah. Yeah.
also
Yeah. Yeah.
come to me and say, I'm 40, but I want man who is handsome, young, beautiful, monogamic, businessman. And I say, why he need to choose you? One client of me, she is a cleaner in the bank. She is very, very short, overweight, and never have normal manicure, not look nice. And she told me, I want a man who is very tall, with athletic body. She's very overweight, 30 kilograms overweight. I want
Yeah.
one man who will fall in love with me, to be funny, sense of humor, businessman or big banker, something like this. And I ask, okay, let's make one exercise. Can you imagine you're banker or you're businessman, you're man. You're 40. You're handsome man. You're funny man. You're sexy man. Which woman you will choose? Do you choose yourself? Then I
No.
this, she understood me. She said, Natalia, it's very painful what you told me, but I understood you. No, I not will choose myself. And I said, you have two options. Option
Wow.
number one, to go to fitness, to cut to eat bad food, to lose 30 kilograms, to start to care about your body, to go to make education, to through education to grow up, maybe to start to work in bank, not like clean bank to work in bank. And then, of course, more interesting men, even in gym, can meet with you and you can go there.
Mm-hmm.
Or you need to change yourself, or
Yeah.
you put your standards, what is close to you. And
Yeah.
she's thinking, and she told me, I don't like gym. I like to eat like a pig. I
Yeah.
know this. And she found one taxi driver,
Mm-hmm.
also short, also overweight, also he liked to eat, and they both eating, enjoying. And she said,
Had a good
oh,
time.
I'm so happy with him. I say, yes,
Yeah.
because exactly the same level. And when
Yeah.
you understand it, or you need to do something to put yourself more up, or you put your standard down, then you have very big chance to find a partner. Otherwise, people will stay single forever, unfortunately. For this
Yeah.
reason today, so many single people.
I laughed earlier because you are really like you give the tough love. Like you get like this is reality. Get out of your head. This is reality. But what I also liked about it is that you also presented some steps or some things that you can do to kind of get you closer to what you want. You know what I mean? So you offered that advice as well. So you just leave them out there and just crush their, their egos. I don't know. Do women have egos? I think they do. But didn't just crush everything. You also gave some steps and a plan and a strategy on how to attain what you want. She chose, no, I think I'll be right where in my level instead of trying to go up or trying to go down. I like that. That's a great story. But I would not. I'm not asking you any questions. You're gonna give it to me real. So, for someone, let me go into a relationship really quick, because I know we're pressed on time. But for someone who feels disconnected from their partner, what steps would you recommend to reignite intimacy and strengthen a relationship?
Very good question.
Yeah.
Have several reasons why we can disconnect. Reason number one, something happened. For example, you expect of partner monogamy. But mostly of men, they're no monogamy, they're polygamy. And very often a woman came to me and said, Talia, I find his phone, he speaks with another lady, he cheated me and he did it many times. I say, okay, before you didn't know it, you was happy. Forgot it, don't look and don't do it. Or you
Mm-hmm.
must accept men as polygamic because she said, now I cannot eat, I cannot sleep. Every time I choose his phone, I say, baby, he will cheat you again.
Mm.
Even don't looking for this, or you accept he is cheater because 99% of men there cannot be with one woman. You accept it and you live with this. Yeah, you didn't know this. Mostly of men are like it's genetic. It's not something. It's natural. You have your sperm to go everywhere. It's natural. Man,
Mm.
if he will monogamic, he will die many years ago like individual. Man must be polygamic because he must to give kids and to make it in maximum way. He decided to be, if you have fantastic book, scientific book, Sapiens, fantastic, it's a PhD work, Sapiens,
Mm-hmm.
and it's anthropology,
Mm-hmm.
and he took it from when we being Homo sapiens till
Mm.
today. He make a historical anthropology, and he
Okay.
explained everything with very, very, it's very big book, scientific things. And he explained that it's not like I tell it men polygamic. It's have scientific stuff. I never say nothing from myself because I'm have two education degree, master degree in psychology, and I
Yeah.
always what I do, I make it always scientific, and then scientific things. And he
Yeah.
told that men always be polygamous. Monogamous, it was decision when people decide to be married, and he say, I need to notice my kiddo, and I choose from my will to be with one woman, not my
Mm-hmm.
natural like this. I choose it. I
Mm-hmm.
make rules inside myself. But if man will not be punishment, if man can sleep with many women, he will always choose this. He not do
Okay.
it because he don't want to lose his partner.
Yeah.
But if he knows that she never ever will know, it will never ever somebody understand. it's not will destroy his relationship with his family mostly. And if so beautiful woman come to your room and say never ever nobody will understand it, mostly of men will jump on this. Because for you, sex, it's nothing. It's like you drink tea, you eat. It's not something which change your life. For women, it's very emotional connection.
Yeah.
If women make intimacy life with men, she become to be very, very connect. She have oxytocin, she have totally different type of hormones. She become to feel connect with partner. She cannot forget him. She looking for him. She wants to be together. She wants to spend time together. And it's very difficult for her if men reject her or after not call after intimacy. For a
Okay.
man, not like this. He can enjoy a lot in the bed and say, thank you, baby, it was nice. And he go to make his place, to play football, to work, to make his business. Like he not plan to marry everybody with whom he was in the bed.
Yeah.
Not possible for men. For a woman, it's possible. Women like have uterus. You have one child inside and 9 months at least you wait. You cannot make it with many partners at the same time. It's natural.
Yeah.
So, and a lot of women feel very disappointed, for example, when men cheat her. I want to divorce. I say, and what do you change? You divorce. Your kids without father. After you meet another man and feel the same. He also will polygamic. Why you need to destroy your family? To lost him. He will find some another partner. He will give his money there, his attention. Why you need to do it? And a lot of
Interesting.
clients after me, they say, let's to see how to live with this, how to live with our truth. So first, this connection starts if she's disappointed. She expects something that is not realistic and disappointed. Second, if she didn't clean trauma from father and she doesn't see her partner, she sees her father. And you say, you scream like my father. Even partner don't scream, but because you continue to see everywhere your father, your focus point, and you need to make therapy in this case. A lot of my
Yeah.
clients, when we clean issue with father, suddenly they totally change connection with their husbands.
Yeah.
And third, sometimes we grow up and our values can be different. For example, with my first husband, after 11 years marriage, he didn't want to have a kids. He didn't want, never once, he never have it, not have at the moment. And one moment when I was 20, when I married, I also didn't want to have kids. But when I 30, I want to have a kids. And he said, listen, I cannot give you this. If you won't have a kids, let's to split. Find a man who wants to have a kids. And
Wow.
we, like friends, we split because our values and we are in 20 and we are in 30 become to be different. He was oriented on spiritual work, totally different direction. I was oriented to have a kids and we split and I find partner as second husband with whom I have my son. So our values also can change and it's normal. And if our values totally change, people split. Because you cannot give promise that all my life I will like this. In my 20s, I didn't want to have kids. I enjoy my career, my life, my travel.
Yeah.
Yes. But 30 I changed. He changed also, but in different direction.
Yeah.
So in some couples, it's happened also like this. Sometimes you live with somebody, but one moment, especially when you married very young, one moment around 30, 35, most of divorces happen with people who married very young. Because when you married as students, very often around 35, 40, you're totally different people. And in this moment, you can be say, I disconnect with my partner and I would like to make totally different things. And people split and looking from different kind of happiness.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. I know you got things to do today. So in the interest of time, I've asked you a few questions and I really appreciate you giving me some hard lessons and some, just not hard lessons, but hard facts about what's really out there. But is there something that you like to talk about that we haven't talked about yet?
Um,
And I
I
know you
hope
do. I know you
there are
do.
a lot of people to will be more aware today. My big target to give awareness of people because it's more easy to blame your mother, father, your partners. It's very common game today. Try to take responsibility from yourself. Ask yourself how I created, how I did it. When I speak about business, and I make a lot of session about business, And I ask 2-3 questions, and I understand immediately why people are not successful. If people are single, I ask 2-3 questions, I know why they're single. Always have a reason. Nothing is like I cannot find for a partner, I cannot make my business. No, have a reason.
Yeah.
And if you're honest with yourself, welcome to my coaching with me, with different coaches. If you're honest with yourself and you really want it, you can change it, but need to be honest with yourself.
Yeah.
I
Woo.
very appreciate you from fantastic questions. It was big pleasure.
I'm sitting there. I'm like, give me more, give me more. Hey, but Natalia, how can the listeners connect with you and learn more about what it is that you do, more about your work? Are you on social media?
Yes, I have
I
my
know you
social
are.
media everywhere:
I know
YouTube,
you are.
TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Kobylkina.com, my website. You can find a lot of free articles, free webinars. Yeah, we have a lot. Kobylkina.com, I don't know if you can put it down. And welcome from sessions, from seminars. Next seminar in Dubai. I travel a lot. We make big event in Dubai. No, my first topics always was about relationship. Last year, I changed a lot, and we go a lot of direction of female leadership, how women to be entrepreneur. I like to support women to make their business and to be independent. And a lot of business, a lot of women, after my work with them, start to make books, sites, shows,
Nice.
salons of female business, and it's great when you can
Yeah.
have your freedom. It's fantastic.
Yeah, I recommend, and I'll put it in the show notes. Go out and check out this website. You have access to books, different courses, ways to get into her, upcoming calendar, right? To take on some of these events going forward. And so you can be more. I think I got it. You got it on my shirt. Yeah, be more. Hashtag be more. Let's be more in 2025, right? Get to know Natalia, see what she can offer for you. And that website is amazing. So thank
Thank
you
you.
so much. Thank you for
Thank you a
sharing,
lot.
your
Thank
powerful insights on how intimacy can be a game changer for success. Your bold approach to relationships and personal growth has truly inspired me to see the connection between the personal and the professional in a new light. And for the listeners, don't forget to subscribe to Hindsight the Podcast for your favorite on your favorite streaming platform so you won't miss any of my upcoming episodes. And until next time, remember, success begins with understanding you. Take accountability. Thank you so much, Natalia.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, thanks for joining me here on Hindsight the Podcast. I'm your host, Lee Jones. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I know I did. And while I have you here, why don't you take your mouse, go over and click on that subscribe button? No, not right there. Over to the right. No, down, right there. Boom. Thank you. Now, thank you for subscribing to Hindsight the Podcast. I'm your host, Lee Jones.